I believe with your expertise and outreach to customers, we can double the revenue in the next financial year. And based on that valuation, I would like to ask for $600,000 for a 30% stake in the company.
Seeing that over the past few years you have just been breaking even, what we envision to be able to save is only in the region of 250,000 per annum.
If we go web rather than sticking with a magazine, we will be able to generate around $600,000 in income from that alone.
What you currently have now is basically a domain name and a shell.
Yeah.
There's not much development done, and we would have to spend an additional 400,000 just to get it up to standard.
I do have an offer on the table for a greater amount. Would you consider an all cash 600,000 offer? Based on your profit calculations, in less than 2.5 years, in fact, a little over 2 years, you are recovering your investment. The way I see it, it's a great deal for you. The first year you make 250,000. The next year you'd probably actually make more profit. So maybe even within 2 years you can recover the entire amount.
400,000 is as close as I would get to what I can offer you. Your other partner, Helen, from your figures, she hasn't been getting any income from this other than probably what she has contributed in articles. That's 200,000 more than what she's currently getting.
But unfortunately, we are not the only shareholders. We have other shareholders, and as I said, we also have another offer on the table. And unless it's better than our current offer, we may not be able to agree to a deal. Let's try to look at it from another angle. At 400,000, I sell you the company, and on top of that, I make a 10% royalty on the profits for the next 5 years.
I can offer you a 10% of the net for the next 2 years. That's as high as I would go.
I would need at least 4 years. I'm sorry.
How about we make it a round figure of 50,000 over the next 3 years?
I could take 100,000 for 3 years.
That's above what I can offer.
You're offering me almost the same amount as another investor, so there really isn't much incentive for me to sell it to you in particular.
Yep.
Unless you give me a better incentive. My other alternative is 500,000 all cash.
470 all cash.
There are other stakeholders involved in my company. It's not just me and Helen. So for them, they can veto the deal and you would still be back at square one, which is why I am pushing for the 500K all cash offer. However, if you got close to it, like let's say 470, and you give me some incentives which you, let's say, pay within a year or two, I would be able to convince them.
I don't mean to be difficult, but I'm already at the maximum of where I can possibly negotiate.
What if you paid us 400,000 and then structured a profit sharing agreement in place for 3 years?
9%. Would that work for you?
Make it 10%, we have a deal.
I would love to, but I'm already at my limits. I'm trying to restructure it in another sense. 300,000 upfront plus 9% of net profits, and the balance of the 100,000 we'll pay it off to you via a personal structure through our company, plus the 401k and our health insurance as well.
Now, I will agree to this deal on one condition. Should Helen refuse her 401k and health insurance, it comes back to me.
That's fair.
That's fair?
Yep.
Okay, so the final deal is 300,000 upfront.
Yep.
Plus 9% profit sharing for 3 years.
That's right.
And 50,000 payment each for me and Helen over the next year. Plus the insurance, and health benefits.
That's
Subject to the condition that if Helen refuses her health benefits, comes back to me. Okay. Yeah, I think we can agree on these numbers.